control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. When it's done, we're gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I feel the party coming on, and I know you'll come along when you hear it in your ear. Yeah, I know you're feeling the way we're moving. Nothing can stop it. We gon' let on it. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I.
Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the morning toast. Happy Tuesday. The week is moving nice and slow. That's how I like to move.
Just the way we like it.
How's everyone doing today?
Everyone's doing well. Always tired, but
Chugging
excited to
along.
be here.
Excited to be here. Honored to be, just the host of the most prestigious morning show in America.
I am.
And outlying, properties.
And outer boroughs and territories.
And outer territories. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
Yes. And, we are international as well. Canada.
Right.
We see you.
We did get, I was checking our merch analytics. We did get one order from Saudi Arabia. So our Saudi Arabian toasts are like, please show yourself, I'm curious.
Yeah, totally.
One.
I hope she got the flag.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, actually, no, I saw one picture of the flag at, a Jimmy Buffett concert with some other, intense-looking flags.
Wow, is Jimmy Buffett a toaster?
I think so. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I haven't seen a bunch of premium content of the flag. So, toasters, please assemble.
Yes.
Get in formation.
Anyways, welcome back to the show.
It feels like it has been a journey since last episode.
I know. Well, we ended with Tamra and Eddie. By the way, Eddie was such a surprise.
Yes, we didn't even know he was coming. Tamra was just pitched to us, but I was so honored to have them both.
I know, same. They're really a cute couple, and she is so beautiful.
She's so tiny.
TV doesn't do her justice, actually.
No, TV does not do her justice. Sometimes when you meet a housewife, you see them in person, they don't look like human. Do you know what I mean? She is Snatch, but also human-like.
And she just looked adorable and easy breezy, and I was impressed.
And those Gucci pumps, I definitely did a quick Google search afterwards.
I was definitely inspired today.
Yeah.
Today I've got my 90s morning show host look going.
Today I've got my emo teenager, Mom, you're ruining my life dress on.
Yeah, but then you also had to go to a college interview, so you pull your hair back.
Yeah, pull my hair back and slicked it up with some pomade because I'm just on a natural hair kick this week. And we're just going to see where it takes us as a society.
And that's a choice probably because you're so busy, I would say.
I'm so busy. I might have to move.
Or do you not have proper plumbing to take a shower?
Right. I'm really living in a sewage fest. I have asbestos and
sewage fest. I heard that's where Blake Horstman's going.
No, it's they couldn't pull off Woodstock, so they're putting on Sewage Fest, and it's taking place in my apartment. All the mold spuds are getting together. It's asbestos season. It's just so treacherous. I've been apartment hunting because they're looking like they're gonna have to tear up my whole apartment. It's just been such a journey, and I had 2 glasses of wine last night. Like, I don't drink wine, and like
No.
I totally understood like why people like wine. Do you know what I mean? But it's usually like I'll get wine, and then like 5 minutes later I'll get a headache. No, I got wine, and I had a headache 3 hours later. So
That's how it should be.
yeah, right before bed. And I'm feeling sprightly. I feel like, they say you should have 1 glass of wine for your heart. Like, my heart's feeling pumping.
Yeah, you've got a lot of catching up to do.
I've got a lot of catching up to do. Also, I've got a lot of catching up to do with the universe because the world didn't stop spinning. We reported Fast Five stories yesterday, but so much happened. The world was shucking, jiving. Jeffrey Epstein, is he alive? He made his way all the way to the Cayman Islands. Like, what's happening? I don't know. Yeah.
You guys, I went down such a deep, dark rabbit hole yesterday looking at Jeffrey Epstein conspiracies. Like, I landed in a place that I think, like, now the government is surveilling me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, you are his mole.
No, but it was worth it. I feel like I got a lot more information. We're going to talk more about it today. And I don't think we're going to stop talking about it until we have some fucking answers.
No, I say we take a trip.
This always...
Let's take a trip to his island and let's just fucking find him.
Well, the FBI was there yesterday. There's all these, like, videos and pictures of them on, like, the water is like that Turks and Caicos, like, blue water and, like, with their FBI squad jackets.
I gotta
They're
say.
finally
They're
raiding the island.
But
not to look for him, to look for evidence for the case. But it's like... Bitch, you're late.
Yeah.
If there was anything there, it's not there anymore.
Wait, no, if Jeffrey Epstein managed to escape prison, he also managed to clean up his island. He had sent a maid.
He sent Glazane. Where the fuck is she? That's not what everyone's talking about. Let's ask Carol Radswell, shall we?
She knows. Okay, so I feel
she
as
definitely
though...
has, like, Find My Friends on.
I feel as though that's a great, segue.
Yeah, because it's our first story. So without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Now, I know that we have a lot to do. And I promise you, we are going to take a bite out of our morning toast. But literally, like, my heart is in shambles at the thought.
You need a glass of wine.
My heart is broken into a million pieces, devastated, mourning the loss. If I didn't tell you guys that today's episode was brought to you by Felix Gray.
Woo!
You may not realize it, but the average American blasts their eyes with bright screens for 11 hours every day. When you consider how much our day revolves around our devices, it doesn't seem so crazy. But you can protect your eyes from all that extensive screen time with a pair of Felix Gray blue light filtering glasses, available in both non-prescription and prescription glasses. Screen time phone on my app has really got me aware of how much I'm on my device. I'm up to 12 and a half hours a day. Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked up.
No, I know. So the Felix, and I do feel like when I go to sleep, my eyes are burning and it takes me longer to fall asleep because of all the stimulation of the blue light in my eyes.
I'm sure.
So the glasses that I wear, just like around the house, are Felix Gray, and I feel as though it's counteracting all the blue light stigmatisms that are penetrating my eyeballs.
No, it's quite important, especially for someone like you who spends in half their day.
And I bet you didn't know the majority of Americans live with tired, dry eyes, blurry vision, or headaches caused by screens. If this sounds familiar, Felix Gray glasses are for you. They filter out 90% of high-energy blue light and eliminate 99% of glare coming through from your daily barrage of screens. Unlike other blue light filtering glasses, Felix Gray uses proprietary blue light technology embedded into the lens as opposed to a cheap coating that can easily chip or scratch over time. Don't go another day looking at screens without the help of some Felix Gray glasses. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/toast for free shipping and 30 days of risk-free returns or exchanges. So you can get glasses with prescription if you have bad eyesight, or you can just get the glasses without a prescription to protect your eyes at felixgrayglasses.com. That's FELIXGRAY glasses.com/toast. Check it out. 30 days of risk-free returns. Free shipping as well. That's a deal.
Love it. Okay, now switching gears. I'll tell you who didn't have his Felix Gray glasses.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein, when he was watching all the footage that he took of other people having sex with underage girls so he could blackmail them later in life and maybe use that as a way to escape from prison because his friends knew that he needed them. FBI agents swarmed Jeffrey Epstein's private Caribbean island. FBI agents raided Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean on Monday.
I love when the headline is like the same exact sentence as the first sentence of the... So it's like,
I know.
Jackie and Claudia are superstars. Superstars, Jackie and Claudia. Like, you have to repeat yourself.
I agree. And now I know like which sources do that and which don't, so I kind of are good. But today we're at NBC News. Not unusual for us.
No, that's not unusual for us at all. Look at us. One hop, skip, and a jump from the Today Show.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically this is biz news, but then while I was down controversy's lane, I learned that...
that's right off of Wisteria Lane.
That allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein is not a financier at all. Someone made him, be like a puppet of a financier to organize all of this. Who knows who that someone is and who, made him be a stage financier.
So, but how would
But
he
like
have
no one has ever spoken to him about like trades
business
or anything.
He hasn't given anyone any stock tips.
No, and he was no one's businessman, Bo.
Well, so if that's the case, like how would he have purchased a private island? Like someone gave him the money?
Yes.
So he was really just like a loser who wanted friends and did illegal things for his friends so they would think he was cool?
Potentially.
This sounds like the beginning of A Walk to Remember.
He could still be that even if he was a financier, just a loser who did things for his
Right.
friends, that illegal things so that his friends would like him.
No, but if he was really like this puppet, like that literally reminds me of the opening scene of A Walk to Remember when like you're just going to do anything to be with the cool kids.
Yeah.
Pedophilia included.
So there's someone worse than Jeffrey Epstein?
Definitely.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Like
Thought
if
it
we
was
know
over.
about Jeffrey Epstein, then he's bad, but he's not the worst. Like the ones that we don't know about, like the people whose names aren't even in the press, like those are the most evil people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people who helped him escape from prison, apparently there was a guard that night watching him who was not a regular like guard at the correction center. I guess it was Glazane in a wig. I can't. I don't know how to pronounce her name either.
No, and it sounds like you're saying Sir Gregor Clegane.
That's what I think you keep saying, but
from Game of Thrones. I think you're getting confused because her name is Maxwell.
That's
who
her
are you
last
talking
name.
about?
His bestie.
His brothel coordinator.
His sorcerer, his underage
his
sorceress.
procurer.
I thought you were saying
His
Clegane this
procurer
whole
of
time.
underage meat.
Yeah.
Got it.
FBI agents raided Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean on Monday in a vivid display that the probe into his alleged sex trafficking ring is continuing despite his death. A swarm of federal agents was seen fanning out across Little St. James in golf carts about 10:30 a.m. It's just the craziest sight to see, like, you know, the FBI, but
like, their big jackets.
on little fisherman boats to get to the island.
Yeah.
We were just trying to look at pretty fish and swim with turtles, and here we are in the middle of an FBI raid, said Kelly Quinn, the owner of Salty Dog Day Snails,
Oh my God, I thought that was a statement of like an FBI person.
who was running a sailing charter in the area. Quote, this has been something on our radar for years, Quinn added. We're all really curious why it's happening now. Exactly.
Okay, Jackie, Sir Gregor Clegane, her name was Maxwell Ghislaine. That's how it's pronounced.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Her last name is
Ghislaine
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Okay, I liked how I said it better.
I like
but-
Sir Gregor Clegane Maxwell.
I agree.
Actually, it's not a sir, so Miss Gregor Clegane Maxwell.
I agree. Anyways, this is way too little too late. Like, not only did he already plead guilty to, like, prostitution years ago.
He's had so
but
much time to clean up a majority of the evidence.
I think this island is now deserted. I mean, maybe they'll find, like, a candy bar wrapper there with, like, DNA on it, but who gives a flying fuck?
But now it's like, what is the island going to become? Because is someone else going to buy it and like make it a home for their kids, like Richard Branson? Like, what do you do with an island that was owned by a billionaire financier, which is now a crime scene and probably the home to a ton of pedophilia? Like, what's next for this island?
I think it'll go for sale at a big discount.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's exciting for
Honestly-
whoever gets it. And, like, if you are, like, rich but, like, not owning an island rich, like, maybe you could own this island.
Right.
And at that point, it's like, you know, memories are short.
I'm not one to benefit off of, pedophilia, but I do feel as though, like, now's the time for me to buy an island.
If there was ever a time.
If there was ever a time, I love a discount.
Yeah.
Love when things go on sale. I think this could be it for me.
I think so, too. I also am we need answers.
We need answers.
And I feel like between us, like, Enty is not going to let this go.
No, not at all.
The New York Post, I've been getting my paper every single day. It's on the cover. They are not going to let this go. And I feel like the people are all in agreement that there's no way on God's green diddly dally earth that this was a suicide.
Said I was drunk.
You know?
Jackie, like, I can't even say that. Like, that, I refuse to give that theory any sort of
Merit.
And
Thank
it's
you,
actually,
Margot.
like, insulting and harmful when the papers and the press say, like, apparent suicide. Like, why don't you say death? Because it's not a suicide. It hasn't been ruled a suicide. The coroner hasn't, they're doing their autopsies. They haven't come to a conclusion yet. So, like, just say death. Why are you guys putting out their suicide, like, when it hasn't even been announced yet?
I have to assume if the people who wanted Jeffrey Epstein dead could arrange him to be killed in prison, they can also arrange the autopsy to show what they wanted to show and the media to say what they wanted to say.
Even Alice
Yeah.
Cooper could do that.
Exactly. And if Alice Cooper can do it, so can the Clintons.
Yeah.
Who do you actually think was behind this?
Honestly, I think it's someone whose name I don't know.
Right. I don't think it's the Clintons.
I don't think it's someone so, I don't think anyone so visible would commit a murder at the most visible time.
Right, and it's the person who has the most to lose because they haven't been implicated yet. Like, no one's thinking that they're a part of this pedophilia ring. They're continuing to live their lives.
But I also don't think that it was necessarily one person. And, like, the person who might have committed the murder, like, could have been... I don't know if it was Ghislaine in a wig posing as a guard or a fellow cellmate who, these businessmen beaux are saying, we'll pay your family. You move to the island.
Yeah.
You'll get the island.
I'm going to say that it was Ghislaine Maxwell in the cell with a knife.
Yeah. No, with the chokey. No, but Ghislaine's his friend, actually. I don't think she would kill him.
But she, too, has lots to lose.
Yeah, but no one's been able to find her.
Did you see what Bethany tweeted?
No.
When it was all, maybe a month ago, when we were really in the thick of the Jeffrey Epstein of it all, and all this information was coming about Ghislaine Maxwell. She's like this procurer of whatever. Bethany was like, I met her once. I'm assuming she had to have met her with Carol, and she said she was so rude to me, like I wasn't famous or interesting enough for her to talk to. Now who's laughing?
But when Bethany was friends with Carol, she was super famous and super interesting.
No, but Ghislaine is part of the Google crew. She's really high. The people she talks to are like George Clooney.
Yeah.
So for her, a Real Housewife is well, actually she's friends with Carol, but you know what I mean. Carol was Kennedy, so.
And yeah, she's a princess.
Yeah.
A princess.
And now, a princess.
Okay, well, we'll continue to update you with the questions that we have regarding this story.
All I'm saying is something's not right.
Yeah.
Something smells
fishy.
Okay,
next story. Liam Hemsworth has broken his silence regarding his divorce from Miley Cyrus.
And while he's broken his silence, I've broken my heart into a million pieces.
Yeah. He posted a beautiful picture of a sunset. I think he might have been using Jackie Oflo.
Let me see. Honestly, that looks like some old school camera plus shit.
Agreed. No, this looks like maybe the Trachella filter.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, where the sky is a deep blue. Whatever, just saying. Hi all, just a quick note to say that Miley and I have recently separated and I wish her nothing but health and happiness going forward. This is a private matter and I have not made nor will I be making any comments to any journalists or media outlets. Any reported quotes attributed to me are false. Peace and love. So I guess he didn't say...
That Daily Mail Australia.
That thing.
That he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and he was like that it's hurts.
I love how they added a maid there to make it seem authentic.
Yeah,
the Daily
it
Mail.
worked for me.
This just adds to yesterday's line of thinking of this being just so utterly devastating, and it's really clear that Liam did not want this. You know what I mean? And he was the one who got broken up with. He was the dumpy. Miley was the dumper. I really hope he's just leaning on Chris's shoulder, because that's what I would do.
He's home in Australia with family. So I'm sure Chris is there with his big shoulder.
It's when you think of the best shoulder in the world to cry on, I think of the tan, warm, supple skin of Chris Hemsworth's enormous shoulder.
Yeah, of Thor. He's Thor, right?
Right. What better shoulder to cry on?
I don't know. I feel like Jason Momoa's got a pretty
shoulder.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? But I do feel as though his hair would get in the way.
Ooh.
Chris Hemsworth has none of that.
That's true.
And also, does Jason Momoa have kids of his own?
Yes.
Yes. So when you're a father, you have cradling, nurturing arms too. So that definitely helps.
It definitely does.
I think that Jason Momoa and Chris Hemsworth might have two of the best shoulders in the industry. I'm gonna say it.
They're the best shoulders in each of their hemispheres.
Yeah, because they're totally different. One's Hawaii, one's Australia.
Yeah. So we need a shoulder in North America and we need a shoulder in Australia.
Where Miley, she's out in LA, she has Jason Momoa's shoulder to cry on. And because Chris Hemsworth is out in Australia with his brother Liam has Chris's shoulder to lie on.
Yeah, Miley's actually in Italy, but she has Caitlin's shoulder to cry on.
I mean.
That is not a good shoulder.
No, that is the smallest shoulder. It's so small and sharp, with a collarbone will just slice your neck right off.
I agree.
I think I have a good shoulder to cry on. It's usually warm. Sometimes I do get BO sometimes, so maybe it's not the best actually.
Very fair. I don't think you'll want to cry on my shoulder.
So I know it's far out, and I don't think that Liam Hemsworth should be moving forward in any time that he's not comfortable with. But you can't help but question who's next.
Of course.
And I just wanted to put it out there that yes, I'm a married woman, but I am still available.
I know. Yeah.
In case he's listening.
I feel like he knows, and you guys have talked. And
no, and it's
he knows you're you're like Hannah G in Paradise, you're open.
Yeah, and it's when you're connected with someone, you don't even have to say it. I feel like he can feel what I'm feeling.
100%.
Yeah.
So he just needs time, and then he'll find his way back to you.
But it's almost I don't want him to find anyone because I really feel as though him and Miley were endgame.
You know what? I'm officially off the train. It's been too much, and this seemed anytime they've broken up in the past, it was understandable, 2 different directions, but then they got married. And to divorce, they're not gonna get back together after a divorce. And also, like, the way she is being in Italy right now, like, I don't know what happened between them, but it's just, he's clearly sad, and she's just, like, parading around with her new flame. And I want different for him. Not better, not worse. I just want something different.
Yeah, that's a great point. It is really disrespectful. Like, it's not like they broke up, boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, this is like a 10-year relationship and a marriage. And just to be like, you know, you're right. You're totally right.
Also, did you see that Brody Jenner said that he knew about Miley and Caitlin's relationship and that he was the one who introduced them?
I did not see that.
So, like, I feel as though maybe this was going on, like, I don't know that this was the catalyst.
I don't think that this was the catalyst. I do actually think like Miley and Liam are on 2 separate pages, like completely in their lives and their careers. And like Miley's like one of those girls. She's a wild child and she's been tamed, but I think.
But she ultimately, and she tried to tell us.
She tried to tell us
that she can't be tamed.
But I can't be tamed.
She can't be changed.
She literally told us. So as much as like she was like, you know, really settling down with him, that wild side was always kind of peeking out. And when, you know, us wild girls, we can't be put in a box, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like Ben deals with it better than Liam. Like, he's just
Liam, but on a dead serious note, like, Liam just doesn't, you know, appear to me to be one of the guys who, like, can handle a girl who's just, like, a little nuts.
No, but I thought he was. And he was. He was doing it. I don't know.
The good thing is that I don't think Liam will have a hard time bouncing back.
No, but I feel like it's going to be a while,
like
which
that,
is annoying for us. Like, he's going to be sad for a long time.
You know, and because he's such a good guy.
Yeah.
Who are the Hemsworth's parents? Like, they're all good guys.
Mr. and Mrs. Hemsworth.
And, you know, I just want to take a moment of appreciation and serve justice for the third one, whose name I literally don't even know. Luke, he's not, get Thor's big gavel and justice it up. He's just not it, sis, and I wish him the best.
He's it by association.
That's true.
He's got it in
Not
his
as
blood.
good.
Like, your kids could be it because
Right,
he's
you
got
could
the
give
same
birth
genetic makeup.
To Thor.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Okay, next story, interessant news from Todd Chrisley, who took to Instagram to say, I've never talked about this publicly before, but there's been a cloud hanging over Julie and me and our entire family for the past 7 years. It all started back in 2012 when we discovered that a trusted employee of ours had been stealing from us big time. I won't go into details, but it involved all kinds of really bad stuff, like creating phony documents, forging our signatures, and threatening other employees with violence if they said anything. We even discovered that he illegally bugged our home. Needless to say, we fired the guy and took him to court, and that's when the real trouble started. To get revenge, he took a bunch of his phony documents to the U.S. Attorney's Office and told them we had committed all kinds of financial crimes like tax evasion and bank fraud. That got their attention all right, but once we had a chance to explain who he was and what he'd done to us, they'd realized it was a bunch of nonsense and sent him on his way. So it looks like they're going to be indicted for tax evasion and other financial crimes, and so he's trying to get in front of it.
But I would say the most interesting part of this whole story is their oldest daughter, who is like, she's like part of the family, but she's been always like a little bit estranged. I'm assuming they're even more estranged now, because she tweeted something very interesting when he put up his post. What did he spell their last name? Chrisley?
Yeah, Chris, L-E-Y.
She posted something super interesting. Lindsay, here. She said, your next season is going to cause some people to wish they had treated you better. What does that mean?
That person probably is going to go down.
That sounds like a nice thing to say.
Oh, I thought it was mean. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Well, I just have to say, I don't know if this is true, like if they committed tax evasion or if it's like a big, elaborate scheme by this one anonymous employee. But their financials have always been really weird. When we first came on the show, they lived in this fucking huge house, and I actually recently rewatched the first episode of Chrisley, and I can't believe the show got picked up. One, because it's horrible, and two, because he's talking about how he wants to open a department store called Chrisley's in Atlanta, like make it the next Neiman Marcus, but he doesn't want to sell anything over above a size 4 because he just doesn't like those types of women. And his wife literally sat there, was like, "What are you talking about? She's like a size 6 or an 8." Like, it was so stupid. But their financials are very confusing because they had this big house, and when we met them, he wasn't working in real estate anymore, and he wanted to open a department store, which made no sense. Then we never heard about the department store again. He never really went back to work, and then they downsized to it, still a nice house, but a smaller house. Just talking about how he wants to be closer to his mom or something. So and as long as they've been on TV, I've never actually seen him go to work.
Yeah, I just found out today that his name's not Chrisley. So
Chris Lilly, you're thinking.
no, I just thought there was a Chrisley. Like,
Honestly, their family seems like the type of TV show that Chris Lilly would actually do a parody of.
I've actually never watched their show.
I know, you have like a thing against it, and I've watched it.
I know. I think I tried one episode when it first came out, and I just thought he was so mean. And I was like, why am I watching a mean guy when there's other shows out there?
In the very beginning, like, it never should have gone picked up. Like, he was so weird, and like, the show was like all about him. I'm like, you're a grown fucking man. Like, give your kids a show. Like, it was like, he would make his daughter Sweet 16 like about him. It was so stupid. He was like a child running around
But it's
Atlanta.
like, who is he to begin with?
Right, so
like, if he's a famous person, I understand you make things about you, but like, you're just a dad.
They made it seem like he was a very wealthy real estate mogul. But I've never actually seen any proof of his real estate.
Moguls have people working for them who don't commit tax fraud.
No, moguls have people working for them who take the fall for their pedophilia rings.
Yeah, who take the fall for their tax fraud, not set them up for it.
It's such a weird story. Like, so basically, he announced, like, we wouldn't have known about this indictment if he didn't make this Instagram post.
I'm sure the indictment will be coming soon.
Got it.
So he wants to get in front of it.
Well, that's
as
a smart
opposed,
PR
to
move.
just falling into the category with Abby Lee Miller and the situation
Right.
of people, of reality stars who didn't pay their
But
taxes.
this doesn't make sense because what he says is that the U.S. Attorney's Office and them spoke about, like, this person impersonating them and understood, but they're also saying that there probably is going to be an indictment. So did the U.S. Attorney's Office agree with you, or did they not?
He persuaded this guy, a different set of investigators at the U.S. Attorney's Office, not only to reopen the case, but also to grant him immunity from prosecution. I don't know if, like, that's how it works. You know, like, if the U.S. Attorney decides not to prosecute something, I don't know that there's someone else in the office
department,
who
yeah.
can be persuaded.
No, they're just talking about the U.S. Department's office like it's literally like a group of like elementary school kids. And it's like, he wouldn't do it, so I found someone else to do it. Like, it's so stupid.
I know, but, like, after Jeffrey Epstein, like,
Anything's possible.
escaping from prison,
That's true.
anything's possible.
This just doesn't shock me whatsoever. Their financials have always been so weird. Like, they got a show as pseudo rich people. Like, it made no sense. So this is a long time coming.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's just
sure.
sad because, like, now they are famous and, like, they're settled in their level of fame, and, like, this is going to throw a wrench in it. I hope the show doesn't get canceled because, like, it just got interesting.
I don't think shows get canceled for tax evasion.
Yeah,
Like, pedophilia,
for sure.
drug use,
Pedophilia got Honey Boo Boo canceled.
animal abuse.
What got canceled? Oh, Janelle Evans got off Teen Mom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who knows what else?
Interesting to see as a society where we draw the line.
Interesting. Okay, our next story is quite interessant. I'm sure some people will be excited by it, especially Claudia Oshry, who has already declared it autumn, and I guess Starbucks is watching. Because, I'm sorry, Dunkin' Donuts is watching. Dunkin' Donuts has a new drink for fall, and it's coming for the pumpkin spice latte. And it will be available starting August 21st.
Wow, so they're getting in early and they're coming for Starbucks.
It's official. We're in the dead middle of summer and the pumpkin spice race has begun. Who can sate or overwhelm our pumpkin spice cravings first? Last week, Starbucks announced that the new PSL creamer would join the rest of its pumpkin spice products on grocery store aisles everywhere. And with its conveniently placed P and its history of opportunistic rebranding, it's only a matter of time before IHOP renames itself into... Okay.
What?
Refinery 29 with their editorialization. I fucking can't. Dunkin' will debut its fall menu on August 21st, but first, it wants to get a head start on fall decor and pumpkin celebration. This season at Dunkin', we can look forward to the return of pumpkin donut and pumpkin muffin. Plus, expect new additions like cinnamon sugar pumpkin signature latte, yum, apple cider donut, and munchkin donut holes.
Ooh, I mean,
Looks
to
like
be
we're still
honest,
calling them munchkins, huh?
Dunkin' Donuts has a lot of work to do. Yeah, totally. Dunkin' Donuts like still has a lot of work to do because in terms of branding, like they are so like orange and autumn vibes, but like Starbucks totally owns the autumn market. And as kind of like the mayor of Autumnville, I feel as though Dunkin' Donuts will be doing a better job. Also, is it true that Dunkin' Donuts rebranded to just Dunkin'?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
think
a
it's
cup.
sticking. I don't think it's sticking because everyone's still saying Dunkin' Donuts, including Refinery 29.
Yeah, it's confusing, but I think the biggest thing for the Dunkin' rebrand is the fact that they will now have their breakfast sandwiches with
Impossible
meat, which like I actually want to go get one.
Same.
Let's go.
You know,
Are there like no more Dunkin' Donuts in the city anymore?
No, there are.
America runs on Dunkin'.
Yeah, but like people, that's always been a funny slogan because like they like push like the most unhealthy products. Like all their drinks are 700
no
calories.
one's running.
No one's running. Like we're all slowly making our way to our local Dunkin'. We're probably driving and doing the drive-through.
Yeah.
America drives through Dunkin'.
Dunkin' is like a weird
chain
because on the one hand it's like it's the donut place. Like if it's your birthday and you're in middle school, like you're picking up Dunkin' for the class.
And like when you saw that parent walking in with those 2 fucking big boxes of donuts, like you knew there was like fucking nothing better. It was gonna be the most like lit day at school.
Yeah, because you're having a donut and you're gonna just be on a sugar high.
Yeah, and like honestly, like if there's seconds, like you get there first, you know?
Right. And I mean, some people like definitely were tightening the belt and went for munchkins. Still good.
No,
not
still
the same.
good, but like in a classroom, there's no place for munchkins.
But like a 3rd grader eating a whole donut is obscene. Like those things are like, yes, it's literally so much sugar, so many calories, and like in these tiny 3rd grader bodies.
They deserved it. Like sitting through school was fucking miserable.
The donuts aren't as big as you think they are.
Yeah, no. Now as an adult, I feel as though a proper serving for my weight and my BMI is 2 donuts. I don't think 1 would do it for me anymore.
Okay,
but it depends actually. Like Dunkin' Donuts, they are good, but they're super like artificial tasting. Like it's not like real strawberry, you know. But if you go to Krispy Kreme, I could be sufficed with 1 because they're so delicious and heavy and like savory.
Yeah. And then Dunkin' is when you get a little bit older, it's like, the coffee place. But like, is their coffee good?
No.
No, every single time I get a nice coffee there, it tastes like absolute duty.
And also an interesting factoid about Dunkin' Donuts is more often than not when I go to a Dunkin' Donuts, it's usually in like a rest stop or like when I'm out of town, like just whatever. And they're always splitting their rent with like a Baskin Robbins,
Pizza Hut, Subway.
It seems like they can't pay their rent.
Yeah, but like America fucking runs on Dunkin'. Like I feel like they're doing really well. It's not, a mattress firm situation.
No, but people compare it to being like Tim Hortons in Canada or Krispy Kreme, like the American bakery. And at the end of the day, like I cannot think of the last time I saw anyone I know like carrying a cup of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Well, I think Starbucks, I think they need to focus on their coffee.
Yeah. I think they need to elevate a little bit. Like every fast food brand has really elevated their branding and their menu to like move like a little bit in a more healthy direction or have more healthy options or just like look more elevated. Like Dunkin' Donuts has been serving their coffee in those same ugly fat styrofoam cups since I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
They really need like an elevated, but also at the end of the day, it's America. It's like
America runs on Dunkin',
yeah, maybe
and
not.
America seems like happy running on Dunkin'.
But I'm not sure if New York runs on Dunkin'. I definitely think there are parts of America that run on Dunkin'. I don't think New York runs on Dunkin'.
No, New York runs on Starbucks. Also, I just think about the feeling I have when I like if I'm in the wild and I see a certain franchise, and I'm like starving and Dunkin', I would be so excited about because the food really is good and you can get coffee.
On a road
Starbucks,
trip,
I fucking hate. I think the coffee is worse and the food is plastic.
When thinking of fast food chains, it's important to think of it when you're on a road trip.
Yeah. What logo are you happy to see?
And if I saw
want
Starbucks,
I want the D.
I would drive right past Starbucks.
100%.
But I would get a bagel, a donut, or something. They sell Pepsi. I would go to Dunkin' Donuts.
100%.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Actually, I went to a rest stop in Connecticut on my way to Vermont this weekend. That was like the most brand new, fancy, amazing rest stop. And here's what they had ready. They had a Chipotle, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a Sbarro, a Dunkin' Donuts, a candy store. Like, it was so fucking premium. And I went to get Chipotle because I was like, I'm going to be thin. LOL, how Chipotle is thin for me. And it was fucking closed. So I had to get donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Actually, I did. I got a box of Munchkins.
Yum.
Munchkins are really fucking delicious.
Yeah, and they are a great size for a 3rd grader.
And what do they call them at Tim Hortons, Margo? Remember we ate them?
Balls bites?
Oh.
Cake
Timbits.
Timbits. Wow, that was not on
They're
the tip
not
of
as
my
good,
tongue.
honestly. And I'm not just being like, taking the side of America. I'm being very diplomatic about it, and it's not as good.
Understood. Well, Dunkin' is in agreement with you that fall is a-comin'.
Fall is a-comin'. I need to get a new Scentbird for the fall months, like something autumnal with like a hint of maple.
Yeah, I think that you should because you are the mayor of autumn.
I'm the mayor of autumn, and it would only be
you
fair
are Autumn Reese.
if I smelled like maple. What perfumes have you tried from Scentbird? I really can't talk.
Bulgari, thanks for asking.
Have you tried Bulgari?
I love it. I take it with me. I've been traveling so much, and I have this like new fancy smell. I have like my pedestrian like New York smell, and then when I travel, I'm like Scentbird fancy.
Elevated.
I'm like trying all these new fragrances.
So Scentbird is a luxury fragrance subscription service for perfumes and cologne. We've been talking about them for a while. I use them all the time, like a little spritz under the armpits and in the hair. Can go an extremely long way on a very long day. A way for you to discover new perfumes and colognes without having to buy an entire bottle. More than 450 designer brands for you to choose from. They've got Prada, Tom Ford, Versace, Dolce, Cartier, Glossier, Gucci, Calvin Klein. You can choose the perfume you want to try. They'll send you a 30-day supply. So it's basically like a mini bottle of perfume. It's 120 sprays. It's enough to apply more than 4 times a day for a month. And then the month is over and you can choose a new one. So I'm definitely going to go from like a more summery, like floral vibe into like a much more like heavy autumnal, like fall vibe.
Yeah, you need to find like pumpkin spice.
Yes.
Scentbird.
You could check out user ratings for every fragrance. They have reviews, or you can take their true scent quiz to discover more personalized recommendations for your taste. So you can go in knowing what you want, or they can help you find what you want. With an exclusive offer for our listeners, you can get 50% off your first month today at scentbird.com/toast. That's only $7.50 for your first fragrance. Go to scentbird.com/toast and sign up for 50% off your first month, and that's scentbird.com/toast for you to try your first perfume or cologne for just $7.50. Sign on.
Smell amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. It's exciting.
Don't break your iPad on the way down.
Doesn't matter because they smell amazing.
So true. Like nothing matters when you smell amazing, and that's why everything always matters for me.
Okay, fifth and final story, a little
business. Wait, we need a corresponding hand gesture.
Okay, I just went like this and it felt good, like business.
Okay, so I did something really similar, but I think it felt better. It was like this, a little business.
Oh, I guess it's like easier.
Yeah.
Like,
and yours was like a little interpretive for me, you know?
Okay, so
right arm down first.
Right arm down.
No, right arm up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
A little business.
You think we'd like do like an ounce of preparation for the show where we could have made that up like offline, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Now we're set for life.
Yeah.
So, Verizon agrees to sell Tumblr to the owner of WordPress.
And this definitely directly affects us because we used to be coworkers with the Tumblr team. Like, we were a part of Verizon, they were a part of Verizon. We were all just like, you know, tumbling around.
We were like gymnasts, just tumbling our way through Verizon. And I find this story particularly interessant because Verizon bought Tumblr a few years ago for over $1 billion.
Well, AOL bought Tumblr, and then Verizon bought AOL.
Yes. So
it's like the gaggle of loser companies.
No,
you know?
Yahoo bought Tumblr.
Oh yeah, and then AOL bought Yahoo bought AOL.
No, and then Verizon bought AOL and merged with Yahoo. Something. We were literally
They wanted
there.
to put all the losery companies in one place.
Yes.
Under one LLC.
Exactly.
Under one holding
And that's
company.
why we didn't fit in.
Yeah, that's why they fired us. We were too cool for school.
Tumblr was acquired by Yahoo for $1.1 billion in 2013 before moving under Verizon's umbrella through the carrier's acquisition of Yahoo in 2017. What is interessant is today it's sold to the parent company of WordPress for guess how much? I already told you guys because I couldn't.
Give us some backstory. It was sold for, initially,
$1.1 billion.
Got it. And now it's being sold for, drum roll please,
$3 million.
which begs the question.
So I think, I'm not a mathematician, but I think they took a loss.
Yeah, but it also begs the question, like, if it's only $3 million, why didn't, like, Taylor Swift buy it? She's pretty much single-handedly keeping the app afloat. Like, she and her community pretty much exist there solely. And there are people who literally only have Tumblr accounts for Taylor Swift, myself included. So it seems like it actually could have been maybe, like, a decent investment for her. Like, she could have turned it
into her app.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other company that was interested in buying it was Pornhub.
Which also would have been a great investment for them because the people who aren't on Tumblr for Taylor Swift are there for porn.
Yeah, maybe they should have done a joint venture.
Yeah, when I was on Tumblr, like back in the day, first I was on Tumblr starting Girl With No Job, and then I was just on Tumblr, like I used to pin like country, like pickup trucks and stuff, and it was like actually really fun. Not pin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was always
Reblog.
I was always finding myself like literally watching porn. It's everywhere. It's just like you search like cowboy, porn.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand.
My Tumblr was called, I was going through a Darius Rucker phase. My Tumblr was like all like American flags, like fields of green, like pickup trucks. And it was called Southern State of Mind, which is that Darius Rucker song.
That's so cool of you.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. But you know how hard it is to find like country inspo on Tumblr? Like that's not the vibe. The vibe is like, rock on Avril Lavigne, you know?
Yeah, it's emo as hell.
It's emo as hell. So I was like searching like American flag cowboy boots, you know? I couldn't find any inspo. It was super hard.
Understood. Well, I wonder what will change now that it's over at WordPress. It'll probably become maybe more of like a blogging platform.
Actually, I didn't even realize that WordPress is actually like a great parent company for them.
Yeah.
If they can turn Tumblr around, it might be worth it.
Yeah, and they also need to like turn WordPress around a little bit.
You know, I'm a WordPress gal now. My site is powered by WordPress.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
So I just thought that was a little interesting biz news, about
A little interesting biz news.
about the unprofitability.
Yeah, no, it's just like, now it begs the question, what is arguably more valuable, Tumblr or the Morning Toast?
The Morning Toast.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
That's
I don't know how you
crazy.
make a valuation, but I think it's like 7 times your revenue or something.
I have no idea. No, I have no idea how you make a valuation.
Yeah, and so we don't make $3 million, but I feel as though we're worth it, you know?
Yeah, I feel as though we are worth it too.
That is so low. Like, I can't believe it.
I'm almost like shocked, and I'm almost like not believing it because I'm looking at this article in my email newsletter. They said it sold for $3 million, and that the only other.
You love your email newsletter.
It's a reported $3 million. I guess that means that it's not confirmed.
It could be like 3.1.
But or it could be 5.
Right, but it's still in the ballpark.
Or it could be 1.
Right, it could be less. But it's still in the ballpark. Isn't it just so crazy how technology is constantly evolving?
Yeah, and it's kind of worth nothing, yet it's worth everything. I watched a trailer for a documentary on data, and by watching the trailer...
Was that English? I watched trailer for documentary on data.
I watched a trailer for a documentary on data. The documentary was about data.
I thought you said, I watched a trailer for documentary, like the movie was called Documentary.
No, okay, fair. And by watching the trailer,
And then you watched it on data, like on Netflix. I was so confused.
I learned that, data is just like big business.
It's everything.
It's everything. $1 trillion industry. It actually, for the first time, is worth more than oil. Isn't that crazy?
We need to get our data, in a folder. I don't know, I need to buy a folder and just, put all my data in it.
I totally agree.
I feel like we should have data, but, do we?
Yeah, we have data.
We need to get, a data analyst,
The
to
snitch.
just come and, get our data, and just, I want to physically see my data. Do
The
you know
snitch.
what I mean?
Can you analyze our data for us, do you think?
I don't even know what that means.
I know, but, everyone who,
But I think that's
makes
the
money,
point of data.
Right, no, nobody knows. Has anyone ever, seen data? Do you know what I mean?
No, when I used to work in, a data-driven world. But, for real, that's, what it was. Doing programmatic advertising world, people, and maybe it was just me who didn't understand it, the way that people talk about data, it's absolutely no one has any clue what they're talking about,
Right.
And you just talk about
Myself
data.
included.
Yeah. No, but it was as though
It's
no one
Cats.
else knew either.
Jackie, it's like Cats, the musical. Nobody knows what Cats is. You just say hello.
Yeah. You just keep introducing yourself.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, it's 11:11.
Make a wish. I wish for answers regarding Jeffrey Epstein's death, murder,
Ooh, very
escape.
Interpretive. I like that. And I wish for, snacks. The office is out of snacks, and I ate a fucking apple this morning, and how everyone's like, are you hungry? Eat an apple. No, well, you must not be hungry. Okay. I was hungry.
That was our childhood.
That was our childhood.
I was hungry. I ate an apple. I'm still hungry, okay? I am living proof that statement is bullshit.
Well, did you have it with water?
Yeah, I guess they say that water, expensive fibers, and apples make you feel more full. Nah, I'm fucking starving. And
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'll
go
do
get a bagel.
when I have a fiber one bar. I try to drink water because I hope the fiber will expand.
Yeah, I don't think
Spoiler
so.
alert,
It
still
doesn't.
hungry.
Yeah, spoiler alert. If you're reaching for an apple, save yourself the time and go make a sandwich, okay?
Yeah.
I would love a sandwich right now. Do you guys say sandwich or sandwich?
Sandwich. Is everyone still intermittent fasting?
No.
Oh, I tried to start again.
I'm just
I
living
gained
my
weight
life
last week.
and hoping. This is what I'm doing. Ready? I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm eating when I'm hungry and trying not to eat when I'm not hungry, and I'm gonna see how it goes.
I mean, you're wearing a really thoughty little dress today, and you look great.
Okay, this dress is from Amazon, and I bought
Okay,
two.
only really in shape people can wear thin dresses like that from Amazon.
Are you calling me in shape?
Yes, you look really great.
Oh my
Doesn't
god!
she?
Yeah, you do.
I just I wasn't expecting this sort of accolade. I'm literally speechless. This is just such a great day. Too bad it's gonna be the longest day of my life. And by the time you see me next, I will look run down and this dress will be green.
Understood. Well, at least you'll have the memento of seeing
The
yourself
memory.
now. Also, yeah, it's the longest day because we have to record The Snatchler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited because I have so many thoughts about Bachelor in Paradise last night, and I'm not going to say any of them because I just can't get into it, except for the fact that Mike Johnson tweeted at us. He responded to our tweet about Nicole's GoPro video.
What did he
I just
say?
saw that.
Wait,
well,
what'd he say?
Hold on, wait, let me pull
that
it
he
up.
likes her lips. It was weirdly flirty.
No, what?
But like through us, we were the vessel in which he flirted.
We were the vessel in which he flirted this morning. So I was like so shook. I had to make sure it was his actual tweet.
Wait,
So,
oh my God, you're right. Mm-hmm. He goes dead, but like dead emoji, but she has cute lips though.
So now I think they're engaged, right?
They must be.
Right? They must be.
Oh my God, I'm dying. That video of Nicole was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
I cannot believe that Mike Johnson replied. Do you think he follows us?
Probably not.
Okay, definitely not. But I'm gonna follow him. Maybe awaken him too.
To the power of the toast.
The power of the toast. Okay, well that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for an amazing day. Amazing day. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with Jenna Ushkowitz and Kevin McHale from Glee, and they're promoting their new podcast, which is friendship based, which is just perfect for us.
That's so cute.
And then Thursday, Ben is going to be here filling in for me because I am heading to Virginia Beach and Richmond. We have a show tomorrow night in Virginia Beach. Head over to girlwithnojob.com. There's still some tickets available. And then the night after that, on Thursday, we are heading to Richmond at I don't know the name of the theater, so I won't say it. Also tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. Come through Virginia. Come through Vagina. So yes, tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. Thursday, Ben will be here, and then Friday we'll do a podcast-only episode because we're going to be in Jersey for my show in Asbury Park on Saturday. No tickets available. Sorry. Actually, there might be like one or two. I don't know. Check it out, girlwithnojob.com. I think that's what the website's called.
Powered by WordPress.
Powered by WordPress. Yeah, brought to you by Tumblr. Thank you guys for being here. The Millennial Morning Show. We go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. We're also available as a podcast. So if you're listening on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, the whole shebang. Also head over to the podcast store on iTunes, on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Public Radio, literally anywhere you can listen to Spotify. Leave a review, subscribe, say in the review like, oh my God, these girls are amazing. They're so smart. They're always well researched and always look beautiful, and they never have frizzy hair. I would really appreciate that. Other than that, there's nothing much else to say except see you tomorrow.
Bye. Oh, tomorrow's episode is earlier than usual.
Oh, yes, sorry. Because me and Margot have to, I hope we didn't cut the stream. Are we good?
We're live.
So because me and Margot have a show in Virginia Beach, but I didn't want to miss Jenna Ushkowitz and Kevin McHale because the Gleek in me would never forgive me, we are going to be live at 9:30 tomorrow. They'll be joining us around 10 o'clock, so it'll be extra early. Set your alarms. Get me Saturday at the water cooler. Just do what you got to do, okay? Tomorrow is actually the morning toast,
It's so early.
It's so early. I forgot about that. After today's the longest day of my life, and then I have to wake up even earlier tomorrow.
Yep.
The hustle.
You just got to grind it out.
You know what they say about the hustle? Never stops.
Never stops.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.